had to take a break from up inside the back cave because as I walk around there, these little projects that I have to fix or clean or do something occasionally pop in the back of my mind. I'm like, someday I gotta pull that out and rewire that whole thing, something like that. And today I decided to, I guess, do everything at once. So it looks like a fucking tropical earthquake blew through there, so I had to get out just to clear my head a little bit. It looks like the van showed up and ransacked the fucking place. The place is tiny too. It's the smallest place I've ever lived, yet it needs the most maintenance there than anywhere else I've ever lived. And that's because, I think because it's kind of half outside. Our place is half outside. Like, we have the door open all day and all night. Like, I put a little stopper there, but we don't have crosswind in our apartment. We only have the windows and doors on one side. So I had to create a series of... I had to set up a series of fans to create an artificial Gulf Stream to move the air along. And one of the parts of that is that I have to have the door open at all times, even like a little bit, So I put, I have booby traps there at night. No one's coming in. But, and the windows, they open up, but they don't have screens. Because we don't want on, I almost said what floor on. That would be the last part I haven't yet doxed myself on. Not like I care, I don't give a fuck. No one gives a shit about me. My mom was dead, so yeah, some of you guys are cool, and I consider you my friends. But it's not like I have nobody. Yeah, so anyway, because of that indoor-outdoor kind of thing, well, that's how it is a lot around here in Hawaii anyway. I'd like to, a lot of these hotels, the hotel front desk and stuff, it's half outside and half inside. Like when I first moved here, I was just trying to find my way around, and I'd go off down a little path that's lit with like trees and stuff and be like, oh, this is cool, up in the woods here. Like a jungle-esque type woods, and the next thing I know, I got a concierge there. Like, what the fuck are you doing out here? And I'm in a hotel lobby. The malls around it, they don't have roofs, so it's like it's a great thing to have meet the crap man makes with the stuff God made. But the downside of that is there's a lot of dust and fucking debris gets blown in. Up where we are, though, in the building, we're high enough so that we're away from bugs. They don't really come around up there. Like anything flying, like mosquitoes or anything like that. We don't have anything like that at all. Another weird thing, too, is there's really no ants here. There are fire ants, though. One of the girls from my band came out to visit me here 2017 or 2018. And she stepped in fire ants twice. She'd parked her car, got out and stepped right in a bunch of fire ants. They bit her butt, all this shit was horrible. And 2 days later, in the same area, parked her rental car, did the same thing. Yeah, so we have like fire ants, which are like, they bite and shit. But no, I don't really see normal ants. There's a lot of cockroaches here. That's one thing. I have to always work very hard and be very diligent to keep roaches out of my house. I haven't seen them in years around my place because kind of anal with that stuff. But I can see how they accumulate because it's a different. People are a little bit lax on the fucking. I might leave garbage in front of their place for like a week instead of bringing it down. I'm not in my building. But I've seen how they, it's a little different. I'm not going to get too into it. I'm not saying people are dirty here, but, and again, I don't mean everybody. A lot of nice people here. These are not nice people. But yeah, I have like 5 projects going on at once up in the back end. And that's because I'm not on Adderall anymore. The 9 or so years I was on Adderall, oh man, I love that shit. It only lasts a couple weeks because what happened, I burned through it in the first 2 weeks and then just wait and get, my prescription refilled. And then, should I say I did that? Yeah, fucking who cares? I'm just a schizo talking into his phone. You don't know if anything I'm saying is true. There had been points where if I wanted something else that someone else had, I'd say, hey, I got a lot of these. I had the maximum dosage that you can have and the maximum amount that you could have. Instant release. Pretty crazy. That's not an easy thing to get. And I had that because my doctor was awesome. We were real friendly. Not like friendly in a fucking inappropriate way, but we had a lot in common and we were like super friendly. And I had her for a long time. And mental health gain, unfortunately, your doctors change very often. Your clinicians, therapists changes very often. The way it works, or how it's always worked in my kind of situation, is that we have someone that can write and someone that just talks. The doctor I have now, he writes and talks. But where I was originally from, Massachusetts, you had a writer and a talker. The talker couldn't write scripts, but the script writer could. But he didn't talk to you. It was really weird situation. But for one time, I had a writer and a talker. And that was this lady that gave me the Adderall. I worked my way up for a bit. I started on Ritalin. From there, I slowly went up and up and up. And she just kept bringing me up. Because I'll tell you, man, if you know what you want, right, you can get it. You just got to know what to say. And, I'm not saying I did that, but I'm saying you can. Some people talk to me over the years about it, like how to get certain things. I'm like, yeah, you just look it up. Look up the fucking drug. Look up what they give, why they give it to people, and start complaining about that shit. But you gotta be smart about it. You have to do it like, you can't ever let them know you're looking for something, because they can suss that out. They can a lot of them are quick to pick that out. So you gotta convince yourself you're not looking for them. You have to it's a whole game. It's a whole confidence game and a subterfuge game. In a lie to yourself kind of game. But you can get fucking anything. At the height of, but here's the thing. You gotta have a bunch of other stuff with it too. You can't just have the fun shit. Because then they start going like, oh, like I had, I would switch out my Klonopin with Xanax and Valium. Those 3, I would always be taking one. And along with that, I had Ativan, which was for breakthrough anxiety, and the fucking Adderall, cranked to the top. But I had to also have Gedone, Seroquel, Clonidine, like 4 other things. I would normally have like 8 prescriptions a month, which is kind of fucking insane. But, if you are diagnosed with a certain amount of crazy, they will fucking just keep dumping stuff on you. It's not an exact science. In fact, it's not a fucking science at all. When the fucking sales girl can come in with Lakers tickets in her fucking briefcase and talk to your doctor, and then next time you go in and he says to you, hey, have you ever tried Paxil? It's like, well, that goes on all the time. Now, you don't have to take this shit, that's the whole thing, but make sure you fucking fill it. So I would just fill everything, because you get insurance pays for most of it, depending on your plan. Without it, it's fucking real expensive, But as a certified insane person, I had the good state insurance where they cover most of it, you know. So I didn't give a fuck what I was getting. I was just getting a bunch of stuff. I used to have a lunchbox that I'd carry my pills around in all the time. Like, I'd go to rehearsal, I'd bring a lunchbox. I'd go to fucking family gatherings, I'd bring a lunchbox. It was like a joke, but it was funny. You know, I thought it was funny. Other people probably thought it was fucking ridiculous. But because a lot of the medications, if you got to stay on them, you have to take them. You know, at a certain time. And sometimes I'd take 3 or 4 of something a day. And the fun stuff, you just wanted to have with you, you know. So I mean, was not good though. And then when I came here, the doctor I got here, I still have him, same guy. He's a renowned named guy in this area. It was a real lucky thing that I got him. I just happened to get him. However, I'm getting him at a point in his life where he's got to be in his 90s. So he was the one, he got me off the benzos. I don't take any anymore. And he also got me off the Adderall. I don't take any of that anymore. The benzos I had been on for so long, and it fucks with your memory. I know it does. And I'd been on them for so long, it's just like, I can't do this forever. I can't do this forever. I don't want to end up like falling asleep, you know, sitting down at a table, drooling on myself. I see guys like that, you know, especially Xanax around here. It's very, very popular. You know, and I have friends around here that would be popping bars all night, and we're sitting at McDonald's and they're just like fucking drooling. You know, their head fucking slumps into fucking shitty McDonald's food. And it's like, dude, it's not good, you know. I'm like that though too. I don't know when to stop. So I got off those, and then I got off the Adderall. And you know, my doctor was like, Adderall is not good for your heart and this and that. I know all that shit. So same kind of thing. I thought like, well, I've been doing this for almost 10 years as well. I got to get off it, you know. So it wasn't that hard to get off of with Adderall, because the thing about Adderall with me is I would only take it for 2 weeks, you know, and I'd be blow through them and then wait 2 weeks. So it wasn't like I was ever addicted to it. Sometimes the day after you run out, you're a little sluggish, but it's same thing like cocaine or meth or anything. It's amphetamine salts, right? The reason they call it amphetamine salts is because they add a salt molecule to the amphetamine. But it's just amphetamine. It's some regular shit that's in meth or fucking trucker speed, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's the same. If you look up like the chemical diagram of it, it's the same thing. It's just when you add the salt molecule to it, it has an extra like branch with a circle. Now when it's called, they can't sell amphetamine, but they can sell amphetamine salts. So by adding that one molecule and changing the name of it, there you go. And so they're basically, you know, they're selling you fucking speed. But he helped me get off it, which it wasn't all that hard, but and I was like, yeah, he'll be proud of me, he'll be glad. And like, you know, a couple visits later, because he's so old, he forgot I was even on it. You know, there's a problem too with changing doctors all the time. With him, I have to do this all the time now because his memory's gone, where I have to retell my origin story occasionally. You know, he'll be like, what were you originally diagnosed with? And I'll be like, oh, and I have to give him my whole fucking rundown. It's like, dude, you know this. It's annoying. And that's the same thing, though, with clinicians when you get, like, you know, the talkers and the writers, they had math, or whatever. Maybe it's a talker and a writer together. That was rare, but you get them. But at any rate, these doctors change all the time. So, like, the first time you start going to therapy, you're like, you know, you feel like, I felt like, well, the more information I give them, the better off, because they'll be able to treat me better. And sometimes going through some of that stuff, you just think, yeah, just, you know, it's not fun to talk about, because it's like, it's embarrassing and all sort of shit, you know. But I'll go through it. And then like next week there's someone else there. I'm like, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, they moved them over to this. So tell me your origin story. It's like, oh, fuck. Go through it all again. So after a while, I saw, oh, this is a joke. This whole thing's a joke. It took me a while to figure that out, because I couldn't believe there would be so much time and money put into this fucking industry if it did nothing for you. And then I realized that doesn't do anything for you. It props up all these other sub companies that are involved in this whole racket. You know, from the pharmacies to the doctors to the drug companies to even fucking CVS. Like, everybody's got their hand in everybody else's pocket. And none of them give a fuck what's happening to you. You're just there to make all these other fucking corporations run. Once I kind of figured that out in my head, it didn't take long. I stopped taking a lot of it seriously. You know, I stopped taking a lot of it seriously. I wouldn't tell some people. I'll be like, you know, I'm not going through this again. You know, not going through it again. And yeah, it's just, you know, if you're in that kind of situation, mental health situation, where you're in therapy, you just only fucking share what you're comfortable with. Sometimes it's not a good idea to tell these people anything, depending on who they are. And when they offer you like a new medication or something, make sure there's a good reason for it. Ultimately, none of them do anything except make you tired. Different degrees of tired. But that's good for them, because the more tired you are, the more you'll sleep. The more you sleep, the less fucking crazy you're acting. So that's, for them, that's success, you know. So, and you're the only one who you're your best advocate. You know, you're the only one with your health in mind. These doctors aren't going home and fucking having dinner and thinking about you. They don't think about you unless you're in front of them. And even when you're in front of them, they got to read through all these charts, and they got stuck in their laptop with Wikipedia open. They don't give a fuck about you. You're a cog in a machine to make other people money. That's it. You gotta do your own work. You know, I'd say stay out of that whole fucking industry completely if you can. You know, these things didn't exist 60, 70 years ago. You know, you were just having a bad day back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna head upstairs. Thanks for dropping in. Hope to see you soon, and until then, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.